Boom shakalaka, it is now or never for the Bitcoin rally. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some very interesting charts for Bitcoin and discussing exactly what they mean with Bitcoin's price. You'll definitely want to stay tuned. Happy Sunday, everyone. Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're talking about what's going on with Bitcoin right now and some very interesting charts. You should definitely stay tuned for. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. If you like making money in crypto, you definitely want to subscribe. Now, the whole entire market up about 0.5% today. Bitcoin at 43,212, Ethereum 3334, BNB 495, Solana 148, Cardano 137, XRP 78, and Terra Luna 85.49. I told you to buy it at $69 a week ago. Duh, $69. Now, if we take a look right now, people are still pretty darn fearful about Bitcoin. Now, this is from January 8th, granted, a week ago. But if we take a look at this, extreme fear at $40,000 in 2022. Now, if we flash backwards to January of 2021, Bitcoin price, $40,000. But it was extreme greed. Look at that. The same exact price, $40,000. Last year was extreme greed. This year is extreme fear. Now let's take a look at what's causing that and where Bitcoin could potentially go because of it. Well, if we take a look here, the realized profit loss ratio, this orange line down here, we can see that in these circled areas right here, the realized profit loss ratio is very muted. Okay, very muted. Very muted. And generally, after these muted portions, because everything's kind of cyclic, well, it becomes unmuted and the price shoots off. So likely we have an extended muted period before a price launching off. Because if we take a look at this chart here, historically significant Bitcoin cycle fib log regression curve crosses. We can see here that with each halving cycle, there's the 9% log curve here in red, there's the 50% log curve here in green. And initially, Bitcoin launches off the 9% log curve at the 0.786 fib, and then breaks through the 50%, comes back down to that green one at the 1.618 fib before they launch off to the blow-off top. Now, that happened in cycle 1. Cycle 2, again, launched off the 0.786 9% log curve, and then came back down at the 1.618 before the launch off to the top. Well, if we take a look here, 7.786, well, we can see we really only got to the 1.618, and we haven't yet hitched that launch off that could signal the blow off top. So we could have a moon landing incoming, because if we take a look at this chart here, the number of new entities, Bitcoin bull bear markets have a distinct on-chain profile. Now this is interesting. This could suggest that the peak, the blow off peak, actually already happened last January when everybody was extremely greedy right here. So if we take a look at this, the 30-day average of new entities on chain. So the blue is the baseline year-on-year adoption. The green is the spiking bull market interest. The red is the mass exit. And this is the number of new entities. So as you can see in the blue, basic year-on-year adoption, pretty much just going straight up these blue. But then we have spiking bull market interest, and this happened in 2017 to January 2018 before mass exit. And this is the number of new entities. Remember, well, pretty much the same thing happened in 2020 and then a drop-off in 2021, which could potentially signal that the last bull run actually did end in January 2021. But if it didn't, well, then we would have some stuff like this to look at with Bitcoin dormancy flow. You can see here, William Clemente also did a chart about this, where basically only about 5 or 6 times in Bitcoin's history has the entity adjusted dormancy flow been this low. Every time it was an amazing buy opportunity. Had you have bought when Bitcoin price was in the green right here, you would have pretty much bought every single bottom. Right now, again, in the green, very similar to when Bitcoin was 30,000, also very similar to when Bitcoin was 5,000 or when it was 3,000. So all of these were great buy opportunities for Bitcoin. And we're seeing Bitcoin right now about to bounce, or at least about to hit this S-curve, this pink line that oftentimes signals price taking off from there, which leads us to the shorter, narrower time frame of Bitcoin is now or never for the rally. We see Bitcoin repeating this fractal that it did with the first wick off top, where we have a little bit of a pullback before it bounces off of support, comes back down. We have lower highs, before a blast off. Well, and the same time as we had that little pullback, there's a bearish cross and a bullish cross, and then the same time with the lower highs, we also have the RSI downtrend. Well, we see that happening once again. We have a little bit of a pullback to support, bounce off of there, lower highs, and again, emerging bullish cross right here, which happened right back here. Well, potentially, it might be setting up for a blast off, but you definitely don't want to be sitting on the sidelines because, well, it might take off without you. And when it does, it explodes pretty darn fast, and sentiment changes pretty darn fast from extreme fear to extreme greed. So guys, that's all for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.